Hello there, we've got a really great show today on Special Forces patches and flashes, especially looking at the ODAs, Operational Detachment Alphas, and, well, a lot of their morale patches. I think you'll find them unique and interesting. So come on, let's go take a look. The Army Special Forces is composed of 5 active Special Forces groups and 2 Army National Guard Special Forces groups, which could be considered for all the training and, well, deployment that they get. Each Special Forces group has its own distinctive beret flash, as you can see here, where you have members of 7 active Special Forces groups together. Each active Army Special Forces group in the Army Special Forces Command has 4 battalions, and each of the 2 Army National Guard Special Forces groups have 3 battalions. Before we take a look at each one of the active Special Forces groups, let me just mention, starting on your upper left, there are 4 inactive Special Forces groups. The 6th Special Forces Group, which was active from 1963 to 71, was at Fort Bragg. The 8th Special Forces Group, which was active from 63 to 72, was responsible for training counterinsurgency in Latin America. There were 2 U.S. Army Reserve Special Forces groups that were from between 1961 and 1994. And the first one is the 11th Special Forces Group, which is shown with the flash with red and white diagonal stripe and light blue, and the recognition bar above it. And then the 12th Special Forces Group, which has the lightning bolts and the recognition bar. And you can also see the airborne badge backing that the 12th Special Forces Group used. The 1st Special Forces Group is headquartered at Joint Base Lewis McChord in Washington with its 2nd, 3rd, and 4th Battalion. It has its 1st Battalion forward deployed to Okinawa. It originally had an all-gold beret flash, and now it has the gold flash with a black outline, as you can see in the upper right. Each ODA, Operational Detachment Alpha, has a unique number, and each one normally has a very unique personalized patch or morale patch. And for example, one of the things that you can quickly tell is that ODA 126, for example, the 1 indicates it's a 1st Special Forces group. And the 2nd number might indicate the company, and the 3rd number indicate the Operational Detachment Alpha with that unique number. That's changed now when the Special Forces are using 4 numbers, so you can tell the Special Forces is now switched over to 4 numbers, so 1, 2, 3, 4. An ODA named 1, 2, 3, 4 would be 1st Special Forces Group, 2nd Battalion, C Company, ODA number 4. Many of the ODA designs point out the qualification of that particular team. So if you look at ODA 144 in the center top, you can see that they are, well, free-fall Halo qualified, and that mountain operations are the specialty of ODA 153, and ODA 155 is a Special Forces Combat Diver ODA. They also have some other unique designs here that, well, I'm not sure what ODA 181, but it looks pretty sinister to me. When you see some of the training that the Special Forces go through for, like, well, combat diver, you begin to understand why certain ODAs have, well, really interesting morale patches. The Sea Pigs, no rest for the wicked. I love that. No sharks, please. The 3rd Special Forces Group has a multicolored flash and recognition bar, as shown here in the upper right. And it is headquartered at beautiful Fort Bragg, North Carolina, and generally oriented towards sub-Sahara desert. But in truth, 2 of the 4 battalions spend 6 months out of a year in Afghanistan, which has led to some pretty unique patches, like the one you see in the lower left-hand corner with the scorpion. And, well, what can I say about the other ones? Each one of these designs is unique and bears the personality of that ODA. Each one of these 12-man ODAs has a unique design in their patch that indicates, well, what they've been most interested in or what their attitude was towards the assignment. I like the one with Mozambique. You can certainly tell the thought process there. And maybe the James Bond indication of the world is not enough. No money, no mission, no problem. ODA 395. Pretty cool attitude. Quick commercial. If you're enjoying these shows, please give us a like and even better subscribe. It really, really helps keep us on the air. All right, back to the show. When the 5th Special Forces Group was in Vietnam, it used the flash shown in the center with the Vietnamese flag running diagonally through it. Today it uses the all-black flash with the white surround. Down in your bottom left-hand corner is a 5th Special Forces Group bullion patch from that period. And then in the center is, well, a patch that represents the 5th Special Forces in Iraq and a 5th Special Forces Group Black Ops. The Special Forces Group is headquartered at Fort Campbell, Kentucky, and is oriented towards the Middle East and the Persian Gulf. However, 2 of its battalions spend roughly 6 months out of every 12 deployed to Iraq. There's no doubt that ODA 5-19 spent some time in Afghanistan because they have a patch for every different uniform. Here's some pretty cool patches from Dusk Till Dawn for ODA 533, the 5th Special Forces Group ODA 553 is showing its halo, and Triple Nickel. Hey, I like that one with the combat diver. You don't see that one very often. And then the last one is the 5th Special Forces Halo Parachutist patch. A lot of cool patches here. And for those of you who have been around for a while, check that out on the left-hand side. An M14 with a sniper's scope. Big bullets. The 7th Special Forces Group has a blood red beret flash and recognition bar, and it is located at Elgin Air Force Base in Florida and oriented towards Central and Latin America. And then here are some interesting patches we haven't seen a variation of. In your lower left-hand corner is the 7th Special Forces Group MI Company, and then the 2nd Battalion of the 7th Special Forces patch, and then the 3rd Battalion C Company patch. So every unit, all the way down to the 12-man ODA, seems to have a morale patch in the Special Forces with a lot of unique designs. Let me take a minute here and go into a little detail on ODA, and in particular, let's just pick out ODA 753, which, by the way, has 2 patches, and of course, they're concentrating on Latin America, and in particular, Colombia. So let's take a look at what the 12-man team was for ODA 753 for its task organization. The headquarters was a captain as a detachment commander, with another sergeant first class medic, and then Team 1, 2, and 3, which had communications, weapons, and engineers, and, additional medics. Over a period of several months, ODA 753 trained units of the Colombian Army in marksmanship and weapons, especially in the area they call the DMZ below Bogota. It also trained them in how to sweep and patrol for mines and other booby traps. You can see from these ODA patches that you have Halo qualified members of the different teams. You have swimmers. I like the one that's a hammerhead. And if you can't run with the big dogs, don't get off the porch. I guess that tells it like it is. The 10th Special Forces Group has an all-green beret flash and recognition bar, and it's headquartered at Fort Carson, Colorado, just an hour's drive from Breckenridge, along with its 2nd and 3rd and newly added 4th Battalion. The 1st Battalion of the 10th Special Forces Group is forward deployed in the Panzer Kaserne in Boblika near Stuttgart. It was at Bad Tolz, and that's why you may recognize the design of that World War II dagger in the center patch. Here's some unique insignia from the 1st Battalion of the 10th Special Forces. You can easily identify that is the unit that's in Germany because, well, look, the mountain team, you can see the sheepskin or sheep head melted into the mountain in the center, 10th Special Forces 1st Battalion patch, and you can see the German word for hunter, Jaeger, in the ODA 021 patch, as well as the colors of the Bundesrepublik at that time. Here are some more ODA insignia from the 1st Battalion of the 10th Special Forces Group. It doesn't take someone a long time to guess that ODA 032 was deployed to Lebanon, and you can see a lot of Bavarian influence in the design of these ODA patches. Although the 11th Special Forces Group is inactive, I think you can take a look at their patch on the far right and get an idea of where they operated. The beret flash of the 19th Special Forces Group, an Army National Guard Special Forces Group, is shown here along with one of their patches. It's headquartered in Draper, Utah, with companies in Washington, West Virginia, Ohio, Rhode Island, Colorado, California, and Texas. And it's oriented to Southwest Asia and also works with the 5th Special Forces and the 10th Special Forces Group. 20th Special Forces Group beret flash is shown here. It's one of the 2 National Guard Special Forces groups, and it's currently headquartered in Birmingham, Alabama, with battalions in Alabama, the 2nd Battalion's in Mississippi, the 3rd Battalion's in Florida, and it has companies spread out all the way from North Carolina to Chicago. It's basically oriented towards Latin America and works with the 7th Special Forces Group, but you can see by these patches at the very bottom left that they've done their time in Afghanistan. I thought I'd wind up with some interesting patches from the 5th Special Forces when it was in Vietnam. The first one on your left is the C-1 Mike Force Vietnam patch, and then the Airborne Mike Force patch, and then the famous MAC-V SOG patch. That's probably the most counterfeited patch in the world. And the famous Operation Ivory Coast, the Song Tay Raiders patch on 21 November 1970. Today. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, please give us a like. Even better, subscribe. It really helps. And we look forward to having you with us next time on Veterans Medals Workshop. See you then.